I am Taylor Jones. We have been attending Harvester for a little less than a year. Our oldest son, Finn, was diagnosed with autism when he was just getting ready to turn 3 years old. Leading up to that, I had known something was different as early as 9 months. Of course, I've just always had autism in the back of my mind. I have no other explanation for it other than God, I feel like, was just telling me that he had it and I needed to watch out for it. My husband and I had always been very faithful in our tithing for reasons outside of Finn beforehand. A couple months go by, we start getting medical bills rolling in, and we look at each other and he's like, I don't know how we're gonna make this up. I don't know how we're gonna get this amount per month that we're gonna need for him. And not very long after that, my husband got a call from his work where his boss was like, hey, I'm giving you all a raise. And when his raise came in, it was within $1 of the amount we needed per month to just cover his therapies. And that is not an accident. That's never an accident, especially it being so close. About 9 months later, we had the same thing happen. We found out that Finn actually needed more speech therapy than what we were giving him. And again, we were like, okay, how are we gonna come up with this? Where's this gonna come from? Oddly enough, my husband and I were like, he's never not brought it to us before. We're gonna find it again. Well, sure enough, within like a week later, a friend told us about a grant that we could get that would cover what we needed per month to give him the extra speech therapy. So fast forward to last year, and we found out leaving the area we were in before, we actually lost a grant that we had. But again, my husband and I were like, okay, it's fine. We've never not had what we needed. It'll be figured out. A couple months after being here, Nicomas did a sermon on tithing. And while we were sitting there listening to it, I felt the tug like, hey, I think you need to increase your tithing to this amount. And whenever we get those tugs, those are never easy tugs to deal with. And I don't want it to come off like it's always just like, oh my gosh, yes, this is so easy. We're going to do it. Like, it sometimes is a struggle. But we talked about it and we were both like, hey, again, we got to remember the things that have happened to us in the past and how he's always been there for us. And so we decided, we're like, okay, we're going to do it. And again, not a week later, we get a phone call that we got a new grant for Finn to cover the exact amount that we had pledged to tithe to here. So we've never not been taken care of. But I also can't imagine the blessings we would have missed out on if we wouldn't have just trusted him. When it comes to giving, I like to think of the woman who gave everything she had. She came. She gave everything she had, and everyone was like, she only gave this small amount. But Jesus said, but she gave everything. She gave everything I asked of her to give. He's not asking us to give everything. He's asking for this small amount, and he can do so much with it. So do you really, I don't understand how you can trust him in every other aspect of your life, but not trust him with your financials. It does not add up. You can't have one without the other. I feel like you either trust him with everything or you don't trust him with anything. You can't trust him in just a few areas of your life. You have to trust him in everything. I've never heard of a person regretting tithing. And again, it's not an excess, but you're taken care of. And just, my gosh, if that's the price I have to pay for no stress and worrying about my financials, yeah, I'll give him whatever he wants.